To thread a needle, you want to take this piece of paper and fold it in half, making a bird's beak. Cheep, 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 cheep. Okay? And then the next step is to take one end of the thread and feed it to the bird. Cheep, 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 cheep. Okay? So I fed it to the bird. Then you need to switch fingers. Okay? And then you're going to stick the folded edge to the eye of the needle. The eye of the needle is this opening. Okay? So I pull that through and my needle is threaded. But if I just leave it like that, this could easily just fall out again and again. So what you will then do is you're going to tie a little knot, okay? So first of all, have a short little piece, maybe no longer than your finger long, okay? And you're going to loop it over itself, making a circle, okay? And then what you have to do is you're going to stick that loop underneath it and back through the opening, okay? And when I pull it, I have a knot, and that's not going to fall off, okay? But what I'm not going to do is make a second one. I leave one knot, and the needle's threaded. So let's review that. And this time, you'll do it with me. So each of you will have that piece of paper, and I want you to fold it in half to make a bird's beak. Cheep, 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 cheep. So I'll wait for you to do that. Then you are going to feed your bird to the worm. Cheep, 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 cheep. Okay? And then hold it tightly closed, okay? Then you need to switch hands. So you're going to hold onto it with the other hand. So the folded end is facing out. And then you're going to stick it through the eye of the needle. That's this opening. It looks like an eye. So I just pass it through. I grab onto it from the other side, and I have threaded my needle. Okay? And you want to make a nice sized tail about the length of your finger. Okay? And then what you need to do is make a knot. Okay, so you're going to loop it over on itself. So see how I made a loop? Okay. And then you have to go and put it through the circle. Now, if I grab it from the top and try and stick it through, the circle disappears, okay? So I have to take this end and put it under, okay? So see how it goes under, and then I'm just going to grab it and pull it through. And when I pull it, I have a knot, okay? And my needle is threaded.